Hello all, welcome back. Now let us continue with shell scripting. So last session we have seen the loops. Now let us see the next topic of the which is nothing but a loop control statement. So we'll start with one program in the shell scripting and then with loops. Then we'll go ahead with our loop control statement. So let me open my notes and other relevant documents before we proceed. Okay, no need to open two times. Okay. Okay, so let us come to the slides once we are done with our discussion, and then we'll cross check the slides whether we have missed anything. So as of now, we'll start with just two programs which are very important. Then we'll continue with our discussion on the loop control statement. So primarily our discussion for this today's session is loop control statements. But before we see that one, we'll see two programs and then we'll come with it. Okay, so now let us open the terminal. Now let us write a program so that we'll take a program to some user entered numbers. So this we will see, which is very important. So in this particular user enter numbers, two ways we will see. So let us assume count of numbers. So like let us assume user want to sum for five numbers actually. Then you need to say enter number one, enter number two, like that. So that is one way. So enter number one, enter number two, three, four, five, like that. You need to say like that. And then once of course these all statements should be it should be same in the program actually. So you need to try to do exactly like that. So let us assume we have number 5 like this. So try to maintain the syntax and all like this actually. So 10, 20, something, assume that 30, user entered this one, 40, 50. Then you need to display sum of user entered numbers is 100. No, 150. So is 150. Of course, if you want to print the user enter numbers, we need to have the array notation and all. We'll see that one in the next session. Then you can enhance these programs actually. So this is first one, count the number of numbers, which is the one way how to how you will be summing user enter numbers. But you have like no better way than this. What do you mean by that? Let us assume you entered 20 numbers actually. So like you need to stick on 20 numbers, otherwise you need to kill this process and again you need to run that one. So it is not a big deal. But let us assume you have 20 numbers and then you need to enter 20 numbers actually. Instead of that, what I will say that one, some user entered sum of user entered numbers until 0. Means what? Whenever user want to enter, let him enter the numbers actually. Whenever you want to stop, if he gives 0, it has to stop, like that. So you are not maintaining any number. We are treating that number as a end point. Like if it is 0, okay, it has to stop. If it is other than 0, it has to continue. That's what like no the second program logic. So let us do this one. Enter number or 0 to end the process. So if let us assume in this case like I entered whatever 10. Okay, so any number you can enter, and then I entered something 25. Now let us assume I entered 0. Okay, then it will stop only for two numbers actually. Okay, so this is the second way of doing. So let us assume in this case it will be sum of numbers is 35. So this is the way other way of doing and the better way of doing. Of course, user entry and all will not be there. You need to do a file processing, but we'll see that one in the last unit, file processing and all. Okay, so this is the base how multiple ways user can like enter actually. So let us start with the first one and we'll go to the loops and then we will start with the first one. Okay, so now user. Okay, so conditional statements are loops, right? We need to so it is important for you to, why I am following all this is like no for you to follow the same way actually. So you need to create the directories, and then you need to put the respective files in that. So like let us, okay, some numbers I'll say, okay, and some user enter numbers actually. So let us have the first line, whatever the shell script, either user bin environment bash or bin bash, and first statement is sum of user entered numbers until count. Now we'll say that one, enter count num enter number of numbers to sum, and then we'll say echo minus n, uh, enter, okay, enter number of numbers, okay, then we need to say read counts, because that it has to input actually. So maybe I will say here in the not in the new line, enter number of numbers to sum. Here I'll just say whatever the count actually. Now I let us assume it is 5 actually. So it is like assume that 5, we need to loop 5 times actually. So the logic we will write here itself. So I need to loop 5 times. How I will loop 5 times? I'll just say counter less than like I will start with 0 and then end with 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so now less than, not less than, equal to, then it will be 5. So less than 5, right? Less than means 0 1 2 3 4, it will rotate. For 5, like counter will be 5, and then count will be 5. 5 less than 5 will be false, then it will come out actually. So now I need to first taken the count actually. I need to say, okay, we need to say counter 1. So I will take counter 1 actually, because we need to display like you want to enter number 1, enter number 2. That's what we want to use as a counter also. Okay, so let us use like no counter as 1 actually. Then if you want to use counter as 1, I need to say less than equal to. Okay, now I'll say first number I need to take from the user actually. So I'll say that one, echo enter number, and then whatever, enter number 1. So counter actually. So here it will be counter will be 1. So you'll say that one, enter number 1. Now I say read number. Now I need to sum this number to the sum actually. So I will be using the expression $sum plus $num. So I have added for this, and then I need to increment the counter because it has to take the second number. So I say counter plus 1, and then it has taken. Now it will be keep on going until the count actually. So now I say print sum of user entered numbers is $sum. So let us test on this actually. So now change mode, u plus x sum numbers, right? I say sum numbers. Now enter number of numbers to sum. I'll say this one 5. I say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So if you see this one, it has taken in the next line, which is not the better way. So I'll just say minus n, no new line. Okay, so then it will, if you just say that one, it will be working as expected. Okay, 30, 40, 50. So this is some of the user entered numbers. Let us modify the same program, some some numbers. I'll just say some numbers until 0, right? So now no need to change the change mode because we have copied that, until 0. Now sum of user entered numbers until I say 0. Enter number of numbers we don't need actually. We need to say enter number or 0 to end the process. That's what we will be saying. Now we are not reading the number, actually reading the count, we are reading the number. Now I don't need counter because I don't want to display, but I need sum. Okay, and then I know I don't need the counter, so I'll just say until how long it has to go. It has to go like while counter not equal to 0 actually. So not equal to 0, I'll just say. Okay, so maybe you can, this 0 you can store in the end, and then you can do. And if user asks if you want to modify for -1, you can make that one as -1. So I'll just say end equal to 0 here. So while number not equal to end, I will say here, because if you cannot change the code, but this one, yes, you can even modify this one with command line arguments. Once we see that one command line arguments, you can enhance this program. The first step should be all these programs you need to do, and then you need to enhance actually. So that's what it will be good learning. Okay, now we have the number, we have the sum, we need to do the sum first actually. So I will delete this line and I will put this one. So once I have done with the sum, this I don't need. I need to have this line actually, because I need to read second one, right? I will be keep on reading that one. Means first sum will be 0, end will be 0. So num not equal to end. If user enter 0 here, it will not come inside at all. So assume that 0 entered, so not it will not come. So assume 10 has entered actually, then 10 not equal to 0, it will come here, and then it will do this. 10 it will be added, and again another 15 it will be reading. Then this we don't need because we are not using counter. Then again this 15 not equal to end 0. Like that it will be keep on coming. See the code how simplified it will be when we do in this way. Now let us assume we will run this, execute this particular program, and now I have 10 whatever the 25 and then 0. So if you see this one, sum of user enter numbers is 35. That's whatever we have seen here. Okay, so this is these are the important programs. Now let us start with the loop control statements. So what do you mean by loop control statements actually? So loop control statements is like you are controlling the loop. Means what? Actually loop means you are repeating n number of times. So in this case, sum you are entering, keep on doing that one until user enter 0. Means 10 times, 20 times, whenever you want to stop, you will stopping with 0 actually. The same thing, let us assume through program another way we will see that one, like these loop control statements. So I'll be specific on these actually. So let us take an example then to understand better. I want to do processing of 10 student marks actually. So I say that one, students processing for 10 students. Assume that I want to do the processing for 10 students. Means I need to read 4 subjects and calculate average and calculate the grade. So this one I am not going to do in the program, but just the explanation, and of course I will show you the samples, but the processing you can enhance that program. So once students processing for 10 students actually. So processing for 10 students we want to do. That is the general topic actually, that is no issue. But let us assume all the students are not present actually. So let us assume only up to S8 students are present, S9 S10 are absent. What you need to do in this case? So this case how you will handle? So the second case, let us assume this is the general. Okay, up to if student is S8, you will stop actually. So that is okay, because you don't want to do the processing for absentees, so there is no use. So let us take, this is another case actually. So let us assume S1 S2 are present, S4 is absent, then S4 to S4 and then S6. So I am writing which are present actually. So S7 and then S9 and S10. Assume that these particular students are present. So who are absent? Then S3, S5, S8. Okay. So these are 3 are absent, 4, 7 are present actually. So how you will handle this case? So in this case, you will be handling with the loop control statement. So if this is the case, I don't want to proceed further actually. Then you will be using something called the break statement. And here in this case, you need to continue. Means what? You need to ignore the case of the S3, and but you want to continue for S4, and ignore the case of S5, continue with S6, and then ignore the case of S8, continue with S9 and S10. So that's what the loop control statement. Break means like end of the process, and continue means like ignore current iteration, ignore current iteration, but proceed with next iteration. So this is the how you will be doing. So the same case we will take and do the sample program. Then we will see like another samples on the break and continue. As of now we'll do the same thing. I'm not going to do the processing. I'll just say processing done like that, so that you will be knowing that one. So now let us assume I say loop control, right? I say break test actually dot sh user bin env bash. So either way you can do. Now I want to stop. What is the purpose of this? Like a break statement. Break statement means like ES8 or ES9 actually. So I will hard code here. Otherwise, you can take that one input also. So what is generally we will do? So we will say counter equal to 1. So n students, number of students, I say that one, it is 10. This you can configure. While counter less than or equal to, because we are starting with 1, so I say n students. This is usually we will do actually. So I say do, okay, processing echo processing for student number 1, right? I'll just say something like this. just just a simulation actually. Here real processing you can do, accept the user input from these, and like all that you can do. So now I'll just say done. Maybe I will do with the same line. In the same line I don't want to do, okay, in a different line I don't want to do. So let us do in the same line. This is general thing. And of course I need to increment the counter plus 1. Okay, so let us test this one. This is not the break, and this one, this is the usual case. Processing for 10 students actually. So processing for student number 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Okay, so that's what it given me. Of course, it is not proper. So first processing done. In the done, we will say like this actually. Then it will be okay. So done space. We'll give some space. Okay, so okay, so you see this one processing for student number 1 done and all. It is giving for 10 students actually. So maybe I will just say here minus n. Okay. Okay, it's okay. So I just say processing for student number 1, and then done also it will be in the, what happened, I said minus n, right? So still it is okay. Sorry, I have not did this minus n here actually. So that's what the problem. Mm, so continuation. See, okay, so now let us assume. Okay, so now if you see this one, whatever the processing done and all, okay, if you want to do alignment, you can use the printf format. So this is, we are doing the processing for all actually. So now let us assume I say that one n present, number of student present, I'll say that one. So of course you can take this one from user input also. So now number of student present, I will say 8 actually. So what we will do, so if like I need to stop if the number of student, if the counter is more than the number of student actually. So that's what I need to do. So I say that one, if counter is greater than number of students present, right, then I need to just end the process. I just say something like this. So now if it is 8 actually, so 8, so 8 greater than like counter will be 8, 8 greater than 8. So uh, greater than means for 8 it will fail and it will do the processing for 8 also, and ninth it will be, it will not be doing any processing. So let us test this one. If you see here, it has processed only up to 8 students actually, because you know that one only 8 are present. Now let us do the same like this one, like continue means okay, I will use the same program actually. Maybe I will change the uh, file name break and continue dot text. So if I want to change, I will just use this break move. So for Linux basics, you can refer on the Linux basics videos. Okay, so now what we have taken in the example, like students S3 S5 S8 are absent actually. So let us do the same. Mm, Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 13 14 15 16. Okay, no need to do like this. So let us assume this is third line, and then 16 lines actually. So I just say 16 young, and then I do the paste. Okay, so I need to do count 1 to 10, but number of students present I don't need actually. And I no need to say greater than and all. So what I need to do, if counter equal to what is that, 358 actually, counter equal to 3, or uh, uh, or and then counter equal to 5, or counter equal to 8. Then what I am doing, I am not doing a break, and then I am doing the continue actually. So let us test on this. Okay, okay, sorry, like we used this R actually, so it is not in this shell scripting. It should be minus o, whatever, and not actually. Okay, so confused with the Python way. So what is this? 24. Okay, so this is another mistake. We need to give the space actually. Count equal to 5 and all continue. And we need to know only, okay. Okay, so it went into the infinite loop actually. So if you see this one, it went into the 3 and it stuck in the infinite loop because it is not coming out of this. Like no, if count equal to 3, what it is happening, it is coming here, continue. Again, it is going. Again, it is coming inside. So what is the mistake it happened actually? So the mistake is counter is not got incremented, because we need to say counter incremented in increment, then only it will go for the next counter actually. So if it went to the 3 and then it went to the infinite loop, once continue it will again come to the condition actually, then it will keep on rotating this, but we need to increment the counter. Okay, so let us increment this counter. Now if you see, I have 1 2 4 6 7 9 10. That's what sorry, what is this, the notes. Okay, okay, so now yeah, so this is 1 2 4 6 7 9 10 actually. So that's what we are doing. 1 2 4 6 9 4 6 uh 4 6 7 9 10. So that's what, whatever, yes, that's what we okay, I'll just say echo. Okay, so this is for the break statement. So up to 8 it has done, and this is for the continue statement. So if you want, like no, what we did actually for that particular iteration, it is ignored and it is proceeding with the next iteration. So that's what, how you will be doing the break and continue. So here this is the process how you will be doing. Now let us assume we will take a little real sample programs actually. So now let us assume we have taken in earlier sum of user entered numbers actually. So that particular one we have taken. See, sum of user entered numbers until 0. We have taken that. We will enhance this program so that maximum or maximum count means what we are doing. So let us assume user keeps on entering and he is never doing a 0 actually. So in this case what happens, it will fall infinite loop and it will never come out of the program. So then in that case we need to have like no, in cases we need to have a control. Let us assume I will only allow maximum count, maybe 3 only I will allow, or 5 only I will allow, or 10 only will allow. So in our, to test that one and to save time, I am using 3, but you can enhance 5 10 9 like that you can do. So let us do the same program with uh, the maximum count. 3. So this, if you want to do maximum count, this one will be whatever with the break statement. Now let us assume you want to sum of user entered positive numbers. Means what? If user enters numbers, actually negative numbers you need to ignore, actually means that's what you will be doing, ignore negative numbers. So that's what now we will be seeing that particular two samples in the break control, break and continue. Okay, so now some nums are max. I'll just say something like this. Maybe I will do the sum numbers until 0 thing. Some nums are max. To save time, I'll just copy the same program. I'm doing a copy so that we have the two sets. Nums are max. Okay, so now what we need to do, if user max, we need to see that particular one. So if I want to have max, actually I need to take a counter, actually. So I have this particular counter. Counter is 1, like, and then if counter greater than max, right, I need to say then break. Okay, so I need to like no have a variable max. This you can change this max to 3 or 4, whatever you want, but for simplification I am doing 3. So now it will come, counter is 1, and it has taken the first has taken the number, actually. So that's what counter is 1. And then like if the counter only user wants like 1, actually number not equal to end, yes 0, then if counter is 1 and max is 3, if it is 1 greater than 1, it will false, it will come out, actually. Okay, so but we need to do the sum also. Okay, so because we have taken that, okay, so let us test this one. Maybe sum should be here, actually, because we have taken the sample as 1. So if number whatever 0, it will be count. If it is 1, then the counter will be, I need to increment the counter also, right? So a counter is 1, actually, so not equal to, so I, instead of this particular one, okay, let me write the same thing, and I need to use the counter as well. Okay, expression dollar counter plus 1, because it will loop whatever. I need to have the counter also. So first number I have taken, actually, so counter 1, then I need to sum before, actually. Okay, so let us test this one. Since we have copied some nums are max, enter number are 0 to end process. So let us assume 10, 20, 30. I think it is taken 4 numbers, actually. So not this not equal to, greater than, equal to 10, 20, 30, right? So it is like, no, this particular one you need to check, like sum is 0, so number is 1 as the first number. So we have did that one, and then counter is 1 we are taking, actually. So counter is 1. So if it is greater than only, we need to break, actually. So that's what we will do. Enter number 0 to end process or max, n elements, right? This n you can choose whatever the, like if it is 3 or something, it now I have put 3, you can change these particular values, actually. So let me run this one. Some numbers are max, right? So I say 4, right? Sorry, okay, I should not, that I need to do command line arguments, but this one any number, it will only do for 3 numbers, actually. So 5, 10, 12. So that's what it will be, 8, 12. So if you want to change, you can change this max as a user input, actually. So you'll say that one, enter max numbers, and you can do this one enhancement, you can do. So this is how you will be doing the sum of numbers. Now like if you run this particular value, so I say 10 minus 20, then 30. If you see this one, the answer will be 40 minus 20, 20, actually, because it is doing the sum of negative numbers also. Now let us assume we want to do only positive numbers, actually. So I say some positive nums. Okay, I'm copying the same. Okay, so now I don't want to enter number or 0 to end process, like sum of user entered positive numbers. So user entered, okay, okay. So sum of user entered positive numbers until 0 or max in elements. So now let us in this case what we want actually, so we need to check the number. Okay, so if the number it is not equal to 0, this is the end thing. So if the number not equal to 0, it has to repeat. The main logic is same actually, but it can be negative also, right? So I say that one, if number less than 0, then what I need to do, then continue I need to do, right? And then I say f5. So now if the number is not less than 0, then it will come, it will do the sum, and I don't need this particular one. So if you want to club both, you can enhance these things. So until 0, sum of user entered positive numbers until 0. So if you want to club, you can club, but for simplification I am just doing only uh, the sum, and then only the sum of positive numbers I am doing. So if you want still that one, you can enhance the program. So I taken a number, enter number 0 to end process. Yes, then I will paste this one, and I don't need the counter because I am not doing the max thing, right? I don't need the counter. Sum I need, end I need. End is 0 because the logic will not change, and I am having the sum, and I am taking the number again actually. But if you see the logic again, so here if you are saying continue, it will go here. So let us assume you entered -10, then -10 not equal 0, it will enter here. -10 less than 0, yes, it will say continue. Again it will go to the loop, and it will fall into the infinite loop. So what is the solution? The solution is you need to accept the input in this particular if condition. Then it will keep on asking you. So let us assume if it is negative number, again it will loop, again it will loop, like that. So it will not leave the user until he enters the positive number. So that is how we will be doing. So now let us test this one, some positive numbers. Now I say -10, okay, 20, 30. There is no limit. If you see this one, we have taken the max. If you want to put max, you can put. And then 50 minus 70, right? Then 0, something I am ending actually. So now if you see here, whatever only it has some 90, 90, 120, 140. If you see this one, the same some some numbers until 0, right? So let us assume you give the same thing, the result will be different. 30, 40, 50 minus 70. So sum will be here 60, because it has taken 140 minus 80 is the 60 actually. So that's what it has taken. So if the sum like no, we want to do this particular sum, we need to ignore the negative numbers. I hope you enjoyed the session, and if you have any comments, you can put into the comment section. So in the next session we'll see the nested loops, and then ps3 command prompt, whatever the three for the select, and then yeah, so certain programs actually, and then we'll also cross check with the slides then. Okay, then see you in the next video. Bye for now.